So what we're going to do is we're obviously getting to the end of this now. Thank
Some
you.
quick thoughts, I guess, real quick.
Yeah, thank you ever so much for joining us.
Yes.
Definitely do appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun, I must say. It's been an awful lot of fun. Bit of a rocky start at the beginning.
It's fun to see how each other watches pay-per-views. I think Tara and I both learned a lot about each other tonight for sure.
Oh, absolutely. But I want to thank Joshua in the chat for being an absolute legend.
Oh yeah, man.
Please. Without a doubt, man, he's been great. Without his comments, I don't think tonight's would have been nearly as fun.
No, not at all.
But thanks for subscribing. Anyone who checked it out on Periscope, on Twitch again. Huge thanks to everyone. It's been great. So what we will do is we'll obviously figure out how we can make this better going forward and all that kind of good stuff as well. But Dave, before we wrap up this week, this show, which has been the longest show we've ever done, got any thoughts, any closing comments you want to make?
The first thing I'm going to say is, Josh, before you go, since I do see what you mentioned, in all sincerity, you can send a message to me here on my YouTube page, or you can email me at thedavestevens@gmail.com, or just look up the Wrestling Rewind on Facebook and join there. And we will definitely, well, I don't know how to email you, Josh, because I don't know what your email address is. But and I don't want you to post it publicly because I don't want you to get doxxed, and that's not cool. But if you
look, if anyone just wants to email us, nerdtoknowmedia@gmail.com is the best way to do it.
Is it?
That's the best.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll write that. Josh, I definitely think it would be awesome if we emailed you, but I'm actually going to send you our email address right now, just so that your information does not get made public. And I kind of care about that kind of thing because, nerdtoknowmedia, we're at Gmail still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm down to do something with you. Okay, so final thoughts here.
I would say it's been a very good show, a very fun show.
Is this the least amount of matches on a pay-per-view in like
a while
have we seen all year?
I think WWE doing a more kind of stripped down, focused approach is a lot better than just this cacophony of stuff. I do think the low point in this was that performance, but it kind of came back and played into the Rumble, so it wasn't too bad. I would say this gets a solid A from me, not an A+, solid A though. Really enjoyed it.
I got to be honest with you, Dara. Let's call a spade, and hearts are hearts. I thought the show was going to suck.
Me too. Honestly, I thought it was terrible. Yeah, it was going to be really bad, and it wasn't.
I think it's one of two things. And if you're a video game fan, you'll understand this. Sometimes games are terrible, but if you play the games with friends, it becomes much more enjoyable. And so I'm not sure if this was actually a pretty decent show, or if it's because Dara and I and Josh and the others in the chat we're interacting with each other and having a lot of fun with it. You saw me. I'm authentically me. So I definitely, there were moments I loved in this. I was super, super, super happy. If you guys, if there's one match to watch on this card, I'd say watch Owens versus Reigns. That was great. If there's highlights of the Royal Rumble, honestly, that move that Ricochet came up with, where he does a backflip over somebody, does a German suplex, I don't know how that's physically possible, and it is amazing. AJ fulfilled his role. I don't think he's ever going to win a Rumble. It's just kind of one of those cap and the feather things I'd like to see. And the women's Royal Rumble was surprisingly dynamic.
Very good. It was very good.
We didn't have to draw in a lot of.
Josh just sent us an email there, so we'll get back to you there, man. Thanks so much for that.
We absolutely will, Josh. But yeah, the women's Royal Rumble match was great. The women's championship match was fun. Sasha Banks continues to be the person that I forget is amazing, and then I see the way that she can contort her body, and I'm blown away. The only real dud for me personally was Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg, but like I said, my brother
was over
16. It was over very quick, so it is what it is. But like my brother who's 16 says that's the whole reason that he even bothered to want the information to watch the show tonight. So, I have to couple that in my mind with, well, why did they book the guy? Well, people who didn't
It's
see him
popular.
in the 90s because they weren't around, want to see him. He's got that superhuman force. I'm not disappointed by anything. So those are basically my thoughts. I give it an A as well. Was there anything you were expecting to happen that didn't happen that upset you? I'm sure the
No,
internet's going to be like, oh, I'm so mad that Brock Lesnar
no,
didn't come. But if you thought he was going to come, you're a fool,
yeah,
in my personal opinion. So
no.
that's
I
my
don't.
wrap up.
I think that's a bit strong to use the term fool, but what I would say, it's
Wait, why?
a bit misguided. Like, I think,
Dude, we're talking $13 million. What do you mean fools
no,
up to abyss
no.
is a bit?
What I mean is, if this had been a regular event with people,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not.
It would have made sense. It's not. So I think everything that happened was fun. I thought the surprises were cool. Bringing out Christian, having Edge there,
Yeah.
told a great story. It turns out this was the story of Edge. And look, it wasn't the best performance in the world because he lay down for most of it. But, it was what it was. I thought it was good. A really fun show. And look, it set the table now for the road to WrestleMania. So, it was all right. It was a good show. There was nothing that we were like, this was terrible, except for that performance. But then we found out that it'd play into the Rumble, so it redeemed itself.
Oh yeah, the Bad Bunny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It redeemed
terrible.
itself.
Yeah.
It redeemed itself, though.
Well,
it wasn't just
it was a storyline that went the whole time, which is what we liked about the Attitude Era. So that's why I'm saying I'll give it that. One question for you before we go.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
Are you more or less excited for WrestleMania than you were going into tonight's Rumble?
Oh, more, totally more, because I can kind of see what they're doing now. It's kind of taking shape, which is good.
We saw a lot of storylines develop. We saw a lot of where things are going to go.
On both sides of the thing as well. We saw it with the women and the men as well. Yes. So we kind of have a good idea of what's going on. And that's what the Rumble should do. So look, it's great. It was a good show. Thanks everyone for joining us. If you haven't, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. That helps us an awful lot. Look, send us an email. The email is up on the screen right now. Whatever you want us to cover, whatever your thoughts are. And look, if you want to do this again in the future, the numbers on this have been really good. So we probably will do it again in the future.
Wait, thank you guys.
Oh, absolutely. So look, thanks everyone who joined us. And we'll see you next Friday here on The Rewind as a normal show. So thanks guys for checking out. And we will see you next time here on The Wrestling Rewind. Bye guys.